Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's Andres with the Newsreel here, and I decided to wrap this video up. And it's BlackBerry Priv compared to the creme de la creme of BlackBerry 10 devices, and that's the BlackBerry Passport Silver Edition. So it's pointless to go through the hardware. They couldn't be more different. They're both distinctly BlackBerry, definitely. Volume rockers and I guess mute button now. In this case, the power button's on this side, whereas power button on the BlackBerry Priv is at the top. And this one puts the headphone jack at the bottom, and this one has it at the top. But again, it's pointless because at the end of the day, what's really different here are the software experiences. BlackBerry 10, Android Lollipop 5.1.1. Now this one's running the latest version of the build for BlackBerry's version of Android, because they just pushed an update yesterday. This is December 2nd, by the way. I haven't felt anything different yet, so it's just still the same to me, honestly. But it's always been nice and speedy with me. I don't have much of any issues like a lot of other people have reported. Now, let's get down to it. What makes these experiences different? And there they are. BlackBerry Hub. This is the imagining of BlackBerry Hub on Android, and honestly, I love it. It's got a lot of room to grow, obviously, and grow that it can, so that's good. There's an update coming for it in the next week after this video is posted, so I'm looking forward to that. And this is the fully fleshed out hub experience on the BlackBerry 10. Now, comparing both of them, this guy's the clear winner. Let's not kid ourselves. This is where the Android version gets its inspiration from, and well, honestly, the pinching to see what you haven't read, that's the way I set it up. Being able to filter out all your inbox messages, such as this one. It's like the same concept, but you get a lot more features in here, and just the whole pinch effect is pretty cool too. I like that I can control the theming of it. When it gets to text messages, it works out better here. There is no text app within the hub on Android, the BlackBerry Priv, that is. So it has to use a third-party app. In my case, I use Hello, whereas over here, of course, it's naturally built in. So by opening up a text, let's see if I can find one real quick. Oh, because it's not there. Duh. See? Black theme. You can do it that way. In pulling down to see your future events, same concept. It's there. They both open the calendars. It's a lot faster here. I got a friend's birthday coming up. Good. Cool. Which experience do I prefer? Well, honestly, which experience do I prefer? So far, BlackBerry's winning because fully fleshed out, but it can grow here. So it's not like it's the end of the world. And the trajectory for software updates, the way BlackBerry's kind of made it look like, this guy might not see any other features added onto it, just maintenance update with 10.3.3 and 10.3.4. I'm not liking that. So that's basically telling me that in 1 year's time it literally becomes a paperweight because there's nothing new that's added to the mix. Android runtime is still stuck at 4.3. I really don't like that. At least KitKat, please. I hate Lollipop, so don't even bother, but KitKat is better than Jelly Bean. And here, this guy's gonna get the promised 6.0 update, and I'm sure beyond, because this is just the beginning for this device. And there's other Android devices in the play for BlackBerry, but what's in the future for BlackBerry 10, still up in the air. Let's get to typing experiences. I'll just open up the browsers since I don't want to have to blur out some personal information. I'm not even going to bother with the physical keyboard here. Oh, who am I kidding? Let's do it. I don't think I could use the prediction engine on browsers, but just the mere fact that I can do something like scrolling on these guys by using the trackpads, that's pretty cool. In the case of here, like if I don't touch it, I just touch the the address bar on this guy. So if I touch the address bars on these guys, then I can effectively erase this way. Come on. There we go. Boom. I like that swiping down brings up... Come on. Brings up extra feature sets. I got so used to the Passport keyboard that I have struggled to learn what I was so used to for so many years through the Bold, the Classics, keyboards, and here. I have not been able to do that. It's considerably more cramped in terms of space. Man, way to go, work wide. It's convinced me. But let's just look at the space I'm talking about. That is how much keyboard space you're losing. Let's truly look at it, because the keyboard is even narrower than that. So yeah, the Passport hands down wins in the physical keyboard battle. I don't have much high hopes for this one. Honestly, I don't even bother using the physical keyboard. That doesn't mean it won't work for you. It's just that I'm someone with bigger hands, so that does not work out so much for me. In terms of browsing experience, look, those on Android, they already know how Google Chrome works. That's how same experience all across the board with all my Android devices. Same experience all across my Android devices. And excuse me, I am filming outside and I have my dogs running around doing their thing, especially the annoying one. Roxy! Shh! Back to business. Whereas the browser here, look, something as little as a reader mode. Why is that so hard on Chrome? I don't understand. I love having reader mode. So, and the keyboard shortcuts when you're navigating through the browser, it's all there. This is a tragic story occurring in lifetime, not too far from where I am. It's just, for those that follow my blog would know that I've been covering these issues. But here, reader mode makes it so much easier, and there's the options that you can to resize it and change the colors. Like if you're reading in nighttime or daytime, I just love dark mode. I just love dark theme everything, so that just works out for me. And ironically, I know that having multiple apps open slows down the device, but on Android, I've never gotten into the habit of closing the apps. Never. Whereas in BlackBerry 10, I can close them, I guess because the expediency in which I could reopen them negates the whole reason to have them all as active frames here. It's just so much easier for me, with the exception of the Android apps that are here. There are Android apps, but for some reason, after I updated Google Maps to one of the latest builds, I can't get the local services to work, location services to work. So I just about given up on trying to figure that out, unfortunately, and that's really bogged it down for me because I really depend on Google Maps. And for those that know, I'm running Google Services, a patched version of it here, so I can get most of my Android app experience here. Of course, it's not perfect, and that's why this guy comes into play, because I do need it. I do use Android Pay, I use Google Wallet, I use Google Voice. That's all here. NFC payments, I can do that here. NFC is here, but I can't do any payments through it. So it just leaves me... this guy is so much better at productivity, but lately it's because of the software necessities that I have, it's been struggling to keep up for me. But where it still wins is the battery. Almost the same size. This guy lasts 2.5, 3 times longer than that guy. Hopefully Marshmallow with those features going to improve on that one. I love the features of the software in which I can unlock this guy from the top or double tap on this guy and it unlocks. I just really enjoy those quick features because they're lying flat on the surface. I can do that. I don't have to put on a fingerprint scanner. They both don't have one and such. But anyway, so software experience, we're really looking at BlackBerry 10 versus Android imagined as BlackBerry. So I do like the productivity tab. It does get a lot of things done for me. It really helps, like when you're within an app, peak flow, you guys all know about that. You're on BlackBerry 10 and you can look at your stuff and it's all there. That's as close as peak flow is ever going to get on Android, unless BlackBerry does a forking of Android like Amazon does, but I don't recommend they do that. So I'm not going to go through every individual app. I just went through the main gist of things and the ultimate differences that these two have. Remember, this is still Android on a BlackBerry. This is BlackBerry 10. Probably the most fully realized software version we'll ever get, with the features set that it includes, and no more will be included. The problem is that this guy feels considerably more premium than that guy. The heft does not go against the device. It just feels like a brick, and I love that because, well, first off, it's made of steel. It just feels great. This guy, I don't even want to bang it because I'm on a granite countertop, and I'm afraid I'm going to break this plastic. It only got this little metal band running around the screen here as a lip. That's about as much metal you'll ever feel on the Priv for now. But it's solidly built. It's excellent hardware quality. I love what they did with the launcher. The idea of trying to get the peak flow stuff going on with the swipe ups. I don't know how they're going to translate this to Marshmallow, because in Marshmallow we don't do the swipe up for Google Now anymore, which I like actually, because I got tired of accidentally launching it on my HTC One when I just literally meant to unlock my phone by swiping up, because you can do that on the HTC One M8 and M9. They're both rocking the same camera in the front. I feel that this camera is the front-facing camera on this one is way better than the front-facing camera there. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's because I'm comparing it to an 18 megapixel rear shooter that's really good on this one, and a 13 megapixel shooter on this one that I like. They're both optically image stabilized, and they're both good for what they are, and I like them. There's nothing against these cameras that I got. They're the best camera on a BlackBerry 10 device ever, and the best camera BlackBerry's ever produced, hands down. But not the front-facing cameras. That's there's always a caveat. So, how I term these experiences overall, honestly, using the Priv for over a week as my daily driver, as soon as I tried jumping back on my Passport, this is why I couldn't handle my Passport anymore. Fits comfortably in the hand. I can type with one hand. I can reach everything without having to worry about it. But on my Passport, the width goes against it. This is a two-handed device. So when I try doing the same thing, which I have big fingers, big hands that is. So yes, I can do this. It's just a stretch, if you see. So it's definitely built for being two-handed. You can't do it one-handed, kind of like the way the Z10 and the Q10 have prided themselves to be able to do. But this one I feel much prouder to hold, and it gets the attention everywhere I go. It's an attention grabber. And between these two, productivity experience wins hands down. Not specifically speaking about the app gap, because there isn't much of an app gap since I got the patched Android services on this guy, but the unintruded, well, the complete access to everything Google on this one, that's where it wins. It wins by far. But it's still not worth $700. So that's all I wanted to cover for now. There's nothing more I wanted to speak about these devices. The hardware speak for themselves. Some of the people are doing videos of the verses, and for those that own BlackBerries, you guys already know this, so why am I going to reiterate here? The only thing I will add is this: the call quality on both of them on T-Mobile is pretty good. I can do Wi-Fi calling on both, but this guy has the better sound experience, whereas this front-facing speaker is a bit deceiving with his big grill because it's not as big a sound as I had hoped for. This guy wins it out. I don't like that the camera's completely bare bones here, the app that is, but again, software updates will enhance the experience. I like that I can type 3 languages simultaneously on this. I do at least 2, English, Spanish, and sometimes some Francais, where this guy, I have to manually switch from... The dogs are barking again. Please, hey, please, I'm doing a video here. Thank you. So on this one, I have to manually switch whenever I am... Didn't I just say be quiet? I have to manually switch from English to Spanish. It's like, are you kidding me? I don't like that, and that makes it really difficult when I'm typing out messages to my clients and my employees and such. Because in this one, I just do it. I don't have to think about it, and it auto spells correctly. That guy, I keep forgetting when I'm on one keyboard and when I'm on the other. That's been a very inconvenient thing. BlackBerry Passport does win that by a mile, but as you can tell, they're both imperfect devices. But there's promise for him, and I'm sure that one will get better over time. And who knows, Priv 2 will probably iron out every single complaint that we have right now. But this is a great first impression, and this is a great last hurrah for BlackBerry 10 if it ever is. But I would have loved to see this running BlackBerry 10, which would have been fantastic. and I would love for this guy to be able to run the Android software that this guy's running. Remember that Brazil video? For those of you that saw it, this guy was running Android. No one wanted to believe it because, oh, you could fake it. It wasn't fake. It was really Android. So if it can do it, why doesn't BlackBerry allow us to do it? Is this really going to be a $550 paperweight? Really? Is that what it's going to be? And this guy's going to be an overpriced $700 phone? I've gotten kind of tired of being an early adopter and spending money on devices that fail to deliver the experience and the promises that were told to us initially. BlackBerry playbook, anybody? Yeah, I was on that bandwagon since the beginning. They disappointed me, and I never got BlackBerry 10 on there. This guy, I want to love even more. I really enjoy it. Don't get me wrong, I really enjoy it. But I'm sticking with my Samsung Galaxy Note 5. Reasons, some other time. And this guy, I just adore this device. So, yeah. Oh, by the way, for those of you using a 32 gigabyte micro SD XD card, odds are, or bigger, odds are you won't be able to attach files. Your device can see it. Your third-party devices can, like the camera, it can save to your SD card, but what you can't do with it is attach. For some reason, I can attach through my text messages, but I can't attach to email. And I have 3264, and I just got a 128 gigabyte memory card. It looks like there's a problem with the SD card driver, and it hasn't been resolved with the latest update that was pushed out December 1st. That's really disappointing because that's the same memory card I use on this guy, no problem. And I reformatted my memory card twice, both on my computer and then through the device before I even moved any files to it, and I still have those issues. It hasn't been resolved. I'm hoping that gets dealt with pronto, but I don't know if this guy's gonna be sticking around that long. Reasons personal. Anyway, I thank you guys for checking this video out. This is my conclusion of these videos regarding BlackBerry Priv and my experience with it. This is the last BlackBerry Priv video I'll be doing. Check out my other videos on it when I compare it against the Galaxy Note 5. Check out my short review of it. You've probably already seen a bunch of reviews, so what's the point of seeing another one? But hey, just give mine a check out. And if you really want to see what's available in terms of some accessories for the device, check out what I got for that as well. I posted it up just a few days prior to this one, and you'll probably learn a thing or two from it. Oh yeah, by the way, one thing I didn't mention in that video about the accessories, the hard shell cover makes this phone super slippery, so I just took it off and started using it without it. So I'm back to square one. I don't have a case for that guy. But I don't want to spend 60 bucks on a leather folio case for that guy. 60 bucks? Come on. But anyway, that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for checking my stuff out. And if you want to subscribe, I got other videos in the works, particularly I'm concluding my series on BlackBerry versus Android versus iOS versus Windows 10 Mobile. I've been working on the Windows 10 Mobile, but because the updates took too long for Windows 10, I had to delay that video considerably. So now that it's the Lumia's 950 and 950 XL have launched, I guess I can use the latest build that I have to do the review for it. So check out for that video, posting shortly after this one. So thanks a lot, guys. Sorry for the lighting. I was running out of light here, and I got no other time to record this one. So that's it. BlackBerry Passport Silver Edition and BlackBerry Priv, both signing out. Follow me on Twitter at TheNewsReel, and check me out at www.thenewsreel.info. I'm Andres, signing out. Thanks, guys.